Alaska, where nature reigns, untamed and incredible. Vast glaciers, towering mountains, and endless forests define this land, where the wild is never far away. Here, bears fish in rushing rivers. Eagles glide through crisp mountain air, and the northern lights paint the sky with their ethereal glow. But this is more than just a journey through Alaska's beauty. It's a plunge into the heart of the wild, where every turn brings a new surprise. As we venture deeper, the landscapes become more dramatic, the wildlife more elusive, and the moments more unforgettable. Stay with us. Alaska's wildest secrets are yet to be revealed. Anchorage. The name itself stirs the imagination. A city cradled between the Chugach Mountains and the sparkling waters of Cook Inlet, where civilization meets the raw, untamed wilderness. This is the largest city in Alaska, but it never feels distant from the wild heart of the state. It's a place where the lines between urban life and nature are beautifully blurred. As we walk through downtown, the city buzzes with life. On one side, glass buildings reach for the clouds, but just a glance away, the mountains stretch even higher, snow-capped and majestic, as if watching over the city. Anchorage is alive with contrasts. Streets hum with the sounds of daily life, but on the horizon, the wild silence of Alaska's vast wilderness calls. For the adventurer, this city is a gateway. To the north, the interior awaits. Forests, rivers, and mountains that seem to stretch into infinity. To the south, the Kenai Peninsula, with its glaciers and fjords, is just a drive away. And in every direction, the promise of something larger, more rugged, more incredible, pulls you in. Yet, Anchorage itself holds its own treasures. Head up into the Chugach Mountains, where trails wind through alpine meadows, dense forests, and rugged ridges. This vast wilderness offers breathtaking vistas of valleys carved by ancient glaciers, their icy fingerprints still visible on the landscape. The crisp, cool mountain air fills your lungs as you climb higher, with every turn revealing new panoramas. Anchorage isn't just a city at the edge of the wild, it's the pulse of the Alaskan frontier. From here, every road leads to adventure. Every path beckons you deeper into the untouched. It's where we stand on the doorstep of the wild, ready to step into the heart of Alaska's great unknown. From the urban pulse of Anchorage, we journey north, leaving the comforts of city life behind and entering the realm of Denali National Park. As the road winds through the Alaskan wilderness, the landscape transforms, and then, almost as if emerging from the clouds, Denali, the Great One, comes into view. Towering at over 20,000 feet, Denali is more than just the tallest mountain in North America. It is a symbol of untamed power, a monolith that commands the skyline. Its massive, snow-covered peak rises dramatically above the surrounding landscape, a beacon of adventure and challenge. From miles away, the sheer size of the mountain is overwhelming, drawing the eye and stirring the imagination. Denali National Park itself is a vast expanse of over 6 million acres, where rivers of ice carve their way through valleys and jagged ridges reach toward the sky. The wilderness feels infinite, with rolling tundra and towering peaks stretching as far as the eye can see. The land here is raw and untouched, as though time itself slows in the shadow of the mountain. For many, the ultimate adventure lies in the ascent to Denali's summit. The journey is not for the faint-hearted. Climbers must navigate treacherous glaciers, unpredictable weather, and steep, unforgiving terrain. The mountain tests every ounce of strength, endurance, and willpower. But for those who reach the summit, the reward is unlike anything else. Standing at the roof of North America, with the entire world sprawling below, a place where the sky seems closer and the earth fades away. Whether you're exploring its rugged trails or simply marveling at its towering presence from afar, Denali leaves an indelible mark, a reminder of nature's immense power and grandeur. As we leave the towering heights of Denali behind, we set our sights southward, crossing over to one of Alaska's most remote and rugged destinations, Kodiak Island. Accessible only by air or sea, Kodiak feels like a world apart, an island shaped by the forces of nature and time. This is a place where vast wilderness meets the wild sea, a land defined by jagged coastlines, dense forests, and rugged mountains that rise steeply from the water's edge. The island's beauty is both raw and untamed, with sweeping vistas of deep fjords, wind-swept cliffs, and lush valleys. Yet, Kodiak's most iconic inhabitants are its giants, the legendary Kodiak brown bears. These bears are the largest in the world, reaching up to 1,500 pounds and towering on their hind legs. Here, in Kodiak's remote and sprawling wilds, they rule the land. The island's isolation has allowed them to grow massive, an unmatched display of nature's scale and power. The sight of one of these giants lumbering through the forest or along the rocky shores is awe-inspiring, a true testament to the island's pristine wilderness. As we hike through Kodiak's rugged terrain, a sudden thunderous growl stops us in our tracks. Two massive bears are squaring off. We watch in awe as two massive Kodiak bears clash, their growls rumbling through the air as they trade powerful blows. Life for Kodiak bears is shaped by the island's rugged landscape and seasonal changes. In the summer, they roam vast meadows and forests, foraging for berries, grasses, and roots, building up their strength for the winter hibernation. During the colder months, they retreat to their dens, hunkering down in the mountains as snow blankets the island. These solitary giants carve out territories, their powerful presence etched into Kodiak's wilderness with well-worn paths and claw-marked trees that silently tell the story of their reign. From the rugged wilderness of Kodiak Island, where the giants of the forest roam, we continue our journey into the heart of bear country, this time to Katmai National Park, where the bear encounters only grow more dramatic. If Kodiak gave us a glimpse of the sheer size and power of Alaska's brown bears, Katmai offers an up-close and awe-inspiring look at their most iconic spectacle. We've already seen how these magnificent creatures rule the land, but Katmai is where their dominance truly comes to life, where bears and water collide at the iconic Brooks Falls. As salmon surge upstream, the bears wade into the rushing water, their massive frames steady against the current. With precise timing, they dip their powerful jaws into the river, snatching fish right from the water's surface, each catch a testament to their strength and skill. The sight of these colossal bears fishing, their powerful forms framed by the cascading falls, is a moment that defines Alaska's wild spirit. Their mastery over the rivers, their calculated movements as they compete for the richest fishing spots, all speak to their role as the kings of this land. Everywhere you turn, they are present, wandering the vast open plains, lumbering through the forests, or resting near the shorelines. Up close, their sheer size is breathtaking, their fur glistening in the sunlight, their eyes sharp with honed instinct. Katmai brings you into their world, and there's an intimacy here that is unmatched. You feel the weight of their presence, the wildness of their movements, and the primal connection they share with this land. As we leave Katmai, we realize that bears are more than just residents of Alaska's wilderness. They are its embodiment. From Kodiak to Katmai, their rule is absolute, and in their presence, we are reminded that in these wild places, nature reigns supreme. From the bear-filled wilds of Katmai, we venture even further into Alaska's remote frontier, crossing the vast waters of the Bering Sea to reach Unalaska Island, a place where the boundaries between land and sea blur, and the edge of the world feels tangible. Unalaska Island is part of the Aleutian Chain, a string of rugged volcanic islands stretching into the North Pacific, each one more isolated than the last. This is Alaska at its most untamed, a place shaped by the wind, the sea, and the relentless force of the elements. The island's dramatic coastline is punctuated by towering cliffs and jagged rocks that plunge into the roaring ocean below. The waves crash with unrestrained power, echoing the island's raw, primal energy. The island's history is as wild as its landscape. Once home to the Unangan people, who thrived here long before the arrival of Russian explorers, Unalaska is steeped in centuries of survival, resilience, and adaptation. The land holds stories of hardship and conquest, from the Russian fur traders who first colonized the region to the World War II battles that scarred the island. But despite its turbulent history, Unalaska today is a place of profound beauty and quiet. The rugged mountains rise from the sea like ancient sentinels, their peaks often shrouded in mist. Below, the lush valleys are home to tundra and wildflowers, while the island's coastline is rich with marine life. Here, sea lions command attention. These massive creatures, known for their strength and size, can often be seen basking on the rocky shores or swimming through the cold, churning waters. The island's coastline is alive with their presence, their deep barks echoing across the shorelines like the voice of the ocean itself. This island, perched at the edge of the world, offers a final glimpse of the unforgiving beauty of Alaska's vast wilderness. From the wilds of Unalaska, we journey north to Fairbanks, where the aurora borealis, the northern lights, steals the show. Fairbanks is one of the best places on Earth to witness this mesmerizing phenomenon. As night falls and the Arctic cold sets in, the sky begins its transformation. What starts as a faint shimmer on the horizon soon becomes a swirling display of green, purple, and red dancing across the heavens. The aurora moves like a living thing, lighting up the night in waves of color that twist and ripple, casting an ethereal glow on the snowy landscape below. Here, the northern lights aren't a rare occurrence. They're an almost nightly promise. In the stillness of the Alaskan winter, far from city lights, the aurora paints the sky with magic, turning the coldest nights into an unforgettable experience. In Fairbanks, the sky isn't just above you, it's alive with wonder. From the northern skies of Fairbanks, we journey south to Valdez, a place where towering mountains meet the icy waters of Prince William Sound. Nestled between snow-covered peaks and fjords, Valdez is a stunning gateway to some of Alaska's most dramatic landscapes. Surrounded by glaciers, waterfalls, and rugged coastline, Valdez is a paradise for adventurers. The nearby Columbia Glacier, one of the largest tidewater glaciers in the region, sends massive icebergs drifting into the bay, creating an almost surreal seascape. Kayakers glide through the calm, icy waters, dwarfed by these giant ice formations, while boats venture into the Sound, offering breathtaking views of the glacier's towering face. High above this dramatic landscape, bald eagles glide effortlessly through the sky, their broad wings slicing through the crisp air. With eyes sharp as the wind that whips off the mountains, they circle over the bay, scanning the waters below for their next catch. Their white heads gleam against the deep blue sky, a striking contrast to the rugged cliffs and emerald forests that surround them. Then, with a sudden burst of speed, they dive with precision, talons outstretched, plunging into the icy waters to seize a fish. It's a moment of pure, raw power, a testament to the wildness that defines this place. In Valdez, the sight of these majestic birds soaring against the backdrop of towering peaks and glaciers, feels like a glimpse into nature's grandeur. Now, we journey to the spectacular Kenai Fjords National Park, where tidewater glaciers and fjords carve their way through the landscape in a breathtaking union of ice and sea. The vast Harding ice field, with its endless expanse of ice, feeds the towering glaciers that groan and thunder as they calve into the water below, creating a constant reminder of the raw power of nature. Kenai Fjords offers countless ways to experience this grandeur. Imagine stand-up paddleboarding through these pristine fjords as the evening light fades, the stillness of the water only broken by the distant crash of glaciers or the soft sound of your paddle cutting through the surface. And if you're lucky, you might spot sea otters nearby, drifting on their backs, wrapped in kelp, or playfully cracking open shellfish. After a day of exploring the icy waters, the adventure continues as night falls. Just outside the park, the Kenai Drift Speedway comes to life under the glow of stadium lights. Watching the cars race through the night, their engines roaring against the backdrop of towering mountains, adds a thrilling twist to the quiet majesty of the fjords. The vibrant atmosphere of the Speedway, filled with local racers and visitors, offers a unique contrast to the serene wilderness you've just explored. Whether you're paddling through glacial waters, catching the nighttime thrill of the Speedway, or simply marveling at the sight of glaciers and playful otters, Kenai Fjords National Park is a place where adventure and natural beauty come together in unforgettable ways. Our journey now takes us to the breathtaking Mendenhall Glacier, just outside Alaska's capital, Juneau. This 13-mile river of ice flows from the Juneau ice field, its towering face a striking reminder of nature's ancient and relentless power. Nestled between lush forests and the pristine waters of Mendenhall Lake, the glacier creates a stunning contrast. Icy blues meeting vibrant greens in a landscape that feels both timeless and alive. Visitors can explore the glacier from many angles. One of the most popular ways is to hike the Nugget Falls Trail, which brings you close to the roaring Nugget Falls, a powerful waterfall that cascades down beside the glacier, adding to the dramatic scenery. As you walk along the trail, you'll hear the steady crackle of ice breaking in the distance, a sound that connects you to the glacier's slow but unstoppable journey. For the more adventurous, kayaking or taking a guided ice cave tour allows you to get up close to Mendenhall's crystal blue ice. Beneath the glacier, hidden caverns sparkle like something out of a dream, their icy walls glowing with a translucent blue light. Walking inside these caves feels like stepping into another world, where time seems to stand still, and the cold, dense air wraps around you like a secret. Mendenhall Glacier is not just a frozen landscape. It's a place where the forces of nature are visible and tangible, where every creek of ice and gust of wind tells the story of Alaska's fierce landscapes. As we journey into Ketchikan, Alaska's first city, we find ourselves in a land where the rugged coastline meets the rich waters of the Inside Passage, a place known for its striking natural beauty and abundant marine life. While Ketchikan is famous for its native culture and totem poles, the true magic of this coastal town lies just beyond its shores. The waters surrounding Ketchikan are teeming with life, and it's here that the majestic whales of Alaska put on one of nature's most spectacular shows. Humpback whales, with their graceful, slow-moving dives and spectacular breaches, are a common sight during the summer months. Watching these massive creatures rise from the depths, their huge bodies arching out of the water before crashing back down with a thunderous splash, is a moment that takes your breath away. Sometimes, if you're lucky, you might even witness bubble net feeding, a rare and coordinated technique where humpbacks work together to trap fish before lunging to the surface, mouths wide open. But it's not just humpbacks. Orcas, or killer whales, also frequent these waters, their striking black and white bodies slicing through the waves in pods. Known for their intelligence and social bonds, orcas offer a different kind of excitement, often swimming alongside boats or playfully breaching the surface. While the waters provide a spectacular show, the skies of Ketchikan offer an adventure of their own. The town is often referred to as the seaplane capital of the world, and for good reason. Seaplanes are an essential part of life here, providing transportation to remote communities and offering breathtaking aerial tours of the rugged Alaskan wilderness. From above, you can see the mist-shrouded mountains, dense forests, and jagged coastlines stretch out as far as the eye can see, with whales surfacing in the waters below and eagles soaring overhead. Taking a seaplane tour is an unforgettable way to experience Alaska's vastness, where land, sea, and sky meet in a seamless, untamed panorama. Our journey culminates in the vast and majestic Tongass National Forest, Alaska's largest and wildest expanse, covering over 16 million acres of temperate rainforest. Within this untouched wilderness, the forest is alive with wildlife, and among its most iconic inhabitants is the moose. These giants of the forest roam the Tongass, their long legs carrying them gracefully through dense thickets and across marshy wetlands. Spotting a moose here feels like another glimpse into Alaska's wild soul. Massive creatures, yet surprisingly quiet as they move through the underbrush. In the early mornings, or just before dusk, you might catch sight of a moose wading through a forest stream, the water reflecting the soft light of the sky as it ripples around their powerful legs. Their impressive antlers, which can span up to 6 feet across, tower above the shrubs, brushing against low-hanging branches as they browse for food. Despite their size, These animals are elusive, blending effortlessly into the forest, their dark coats camouflaging them against the backdrop of lush greenery. Tongass is a place where the moose thrive, finding shelter and sustenance in the rich wet landscape. The forest's vastness provides them with endless wetlands, lakes, and riverbanks, ideal grazing grounds. In the autumn, you might hear the sound of antlers clashing in the distance as bulls engage in the rut, vying for dominance in this ancient ritual of nature. As you explore deeper into the Tongass, from the misty fjords to the dense, moss-covered trails, the presence of moose adds to the sense of wild mystery that defines this incredible forest. Here, among the towering trees and endless waterways, the moose are a symbol of the untamed and unpredictable beauty of Alaska, living harmoniously in a land that remains one of the last great wildernesses on Earth. Our journey through Alaska has brought us face to face with nature's untamed beauty, from the glaciers of Kenai Fjords to the towering peaks of Denali, and finally, to the dense, living wilderness of the Tongass National Forest. Each step along the way has been a testament to the wild, rugged spirit that defines this land. And in the end, it is this wilderness and the creatures that roam it that remind us why Alaska is unlike any other place on Earth. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you want free travel guides delivered straight to your inbox, scan the QR code on screen now. Thanks for watching. See you next time for another world tour.